Hi, thanks for joining me. I'm Jennifer, and I am here with another reading for the week of February 21st to the 27th. And I have my trusty canine companion, Jackson, who is right here. And dressed him in a green bow today to symbolize spring. There are some signs out there, even though it doesn't feel much like spring these days. I have noticed a few signs in nature, very subtle signs. So if you're paying attention, and they are there, so it is coming. So the energies this week, I'm going to be, or for the reading, I am going to be using again the Albano Weight Tarot, and the clarifying cards I'm using are the Enchanted Map Oracle. And because we are in the moon cycle of Wisdom Keeper, I am going to be pulling one card from the Shaman's Dream, because our ancestors are wisdom keepers. So we'll see what special message they hold for us for the week. The significator card is the Magician. So this is a beautiful card to have for this week. So I feel like this card, the elements of the card that are really coming out to me are his left hand reaching to the sky, indicating the connection with spirit and positivity, and also his pointing is left to the earth. So I feel like this is about very much connecting. It feels very balanced, and so it feels like we're starting out this week in a very powerful, positive position of being creators in a very positive way. Creators of our lives and what, but basically creators. So this is being clarified by the flying card. So the flying card feels to me about unlimited potential. The colors, so many beautiful bright colors, and I feel like with the blossoms it's very springy feeling, so it feels like spring and new beginnings for that, but then also the flying and the magic, and it's about rising above also, because with the earth below and the mazes with the in the shrubs, I forget what you call those. I know it's a maze, but there's another word for it. But it feels like you're rising above a lot of earthly things, stories that are being told in general across the globe these days, things that will diminish your energy and distract you from your truth. And so I think it's a beautiful clarifying card to the Magician that we have a good connection to our intuition, as well as applying that to our outwardly earthly endeavors in order to stay on track, stay focused, rise above things that would otherwise distract us or lead us off of our path. So that's the beginning of the week. So next we have the Seven of Swords. So this particular card is feeling to me like there could be a little bit, it's like a warning of deception. I believe that there is some truth, whatever this is referring to, there is some points of truth to it. It feels like a story to me, and it feels like there's some points of truth, but there's also more deception than there is in the truth, whatever this is about. And this is being clarified. So, and I feel like because he's walking away, this person is walking away from the village, it feels like this story is going to take you away from um, things that might otherwise be in your highest good. And this is being clarified with education. So, to me, this is indicating that in order to not be led astray, and not just to naively or blindly believe things you're being told, but to do your homework, do some education, uh, meditation, being connected with, in the education card, staying grounded, knowing what your truth is, because the moon in this card is the waxing moon crescent. So it's continuing to develop that relationship you have with your higher self and with our earth. To really look into maybe aspects that you don't necessarily want to look at, realize it's about seeing it for what it is what that feels to me, because of the dark elements or the dark colors within that card of education, and then the light in the book indicating that it's bringing light to darker aspects, so things that you don't necessarily want to see, but by having that connection, cultivating and continuing that practice of connection with your higher self and the earth and all those elements to keep you grounded, will help bring light so that you're not led astray. And then towards the end of the week, we have the Six of Cups. So this very much feels about reminiscing. So reminiscing with aspects of you, as from, having memories of your childhood, and stopping to smell the roses, as the larger child here is smelling this lily or whatever this flower is. And so it's remembering, when back into, times when the world seemed much smaller and full of possibilities and innocent. And then that is clarified with making a choice card. So I guess the choice is, how are you going to move ahead? Are you going to move ahead, connected with the other cards here? Are you going to choose empowerment, or are you going to okay, let me clarify that. So choosing empowerment. So are you going to remember that you're powerful and that your experience on the earth is through your choices? So it's very empowering. Or are you going to choose being the victim, that you have no choices? So you can always, it's just really remembering that your experience is based on what you choose for yourself. Or so are you going to remember that you're powerful and that your experience is based on your choices on how you respond to things? Or is it going to come from the mentality of being a victim, whereas you feel you have no choice and you are reacting instead of realizing that you can choose how you respond? So I hope that made sense. I feel like that's kind of what the reading for this week is talking about. Even though we start off in this really great, strong position with the magician and how we can rise above, but there is a choice of, are we going to fall back into old patterns and spiritual narcolepsy, or are we going to stay awake and realize that we can choose. So the end of the week, again, ends very, very positively. We have the High Priestess. So the High Priestess is about having that connection with our intuition. But I also feel this is about things not being revealed to us that we may want to know, or about ourselves or the universe or the planet. And it's like, there's always going to be aspects that are not going to be revealed to us. And to me, this is being clarified with Ride the Wave. So this is very much about trust. So we have the element of water in both these cards, because with the High Priestess, she's wearing the blue robe and it like changes into water, and there's water behind her. And water is very much about the intuition. And then the clarified card being the dolphin and riding the wave. So it's about, again, trusting the intuition, trusting if you're following that higher truth, inner truth, and that connection, you can trust that and you'll never be led astray. But it's also in riding the wave, it's about there is no perfection. It's always an experience. This is what being on the earth plane is about. Remembering who you are, giving up control, having that trust. So let's see now what message the ancestors have for us through the shaman's dream. So interesting. So the message from our ancestors through the shaman's dream is the farther gate, bold step forward. So this is indicating that you are at a time in your life where it's time to make a choice. You've reached a precipice, and are you going to step through the gate? And it's there waiting for you, and it's about choosing the next phase, choosing, I believe with the spread and everything it has said, so what it's telling us is about, are you going to continue to choose being the creator, the empowered creator, or are you going to choose narcolepsy? You have, as indicated with the magician, the power, all the tools at your disposal, the connection, the know-how, the potential. But there's things that are influencing you. They're influencing all of us all the time through social media, the news, friends, family, whatever it may be, things that will lead you away from your truth. And remembering to connect, to hold on to that higher aspect. And in making the choice consciously of how you want to move forward, remembering that not all the answers are going to be revealed to you, but trusting anyways. And knowing that with this last card, the farther gate, that you are ready to step into a new version of yourself and let go of the old. We're always evolving. Beautiful reading for this week. I hope you're all doing well. And I am sending you my blessings and my love. And remember that you are loved and you are love. Take care. Thank you. Bye for now.